Yo, 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 what's going on? Welcome back. Week 3 NFL of the DeGen Central guys. How are you guys doing? We got Michael, Brett, and Andrew Alina again. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Nagy will probably get to this, but so we're going to do two plaques at the end of the year. And right now we got Brett leading in units and Olina and Brett tied for each winning a week for the second plaque. So
Oh yeah.
it's getting interesting.
Yeah, so not a great weekend for me. Everyone else did really well. We'll get to that in a second. First, I'd like to thank our sponsor again at Save Our Livers. Michael was just talking about how he pretty much rolled over Saturday night into watching football on the couch all day Sunday, kind of hungover. So if you guys need a quick fix to help your hangover cures, go check out saveourlivers.com. They also have an edition of the Victory Lap kit that comes with everything you might possibly need to get over a really bad hangover. Brett and I went out Friday night, and we probably could have used that before our Saturday college games as well. Comes with things like Gatorade electrolyte mixes, Advil, anything you possibly need to get rid of a really bad hangover. So go ahead and check them out. With that being said, let's get right into it. Kind of already alluded to how well and poorly our weeks went last week. The boys went 3-1 on do or dies. Yours truly being the one loss on that record, unfortunately. So through 2 weeks of NFL, DGen Central, we got Brett in the lead with the units, plus 6.9 units, with an 85 overall record, 2-0 on do or dies. Second place, we got Michael plus close behind at plus 6.46 units, with the overall record of 7-5, 1-1 on do or dies. And then Andrew Alina, great bounce back week 2, got out of the hole, is now plus 3.7 units, overall record of 6-4 and 1-1 on his do or dies. And I had a terrible week, unfortunately. Now I'm in the hole after 2 weeks, minus 1.2 units, overall record of 7-6 and 1-1 on my do or dies. Like I mentioned, I took the Vikings plus 3 points against the Colts, and somehow they got fucking destroyed. And now I'm on a one do or die losing streak, and I would really not like to lose 2 more in a row. So that being said, anybody else got some more comments on Week 2 NFL before we get into the highlighted games?
I do. I just want to say it's a horrible day to be a Chargers fan.
Dude.
That's all I got to say.
No,
Happy
it's not.
Tuesday.
Lena, did you see
Our
what
team
how
doctor
Tyrod Taylor
is
got
Yeah,
hurt?
what are you mad at? You can't have your cake and eat it too. What do you want? You want
Hey, you know
Sherbert
what?
to
You know
start or
what?
not?
Clearly, yeah, I'm happy about that. You see the Oregon flag in my background.
Yeah,
I've
you want
loved Herbert
Sherbert
for
in there.
years. But, you
Gotta
know.
poke a lung. Come on.
Yeah, but this means that,
You know,
how many
if he
injuries
doesn't-
could they prevent?
Yeah, Derwin James just went out for the – I mean, we got Drew Tranquill snapped his ankle. Clearly, our team
Trainer's not
doctor
gonna
had Herbert on his fantasy team or something because he just said, fuck it, let's turn the page on Tyrod Taylor. If Herbert plays well this Sunday, bye-bye Tyrod. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, it's just kind of fucked that you.
It is.
Dudes.
I mean, accidentally stabbing him in the
Bittersweet
ribs, it's fucked.
Yeah.
But I think it may be a blessing in disguise.
It probably is, yes, but it's also like they have a lot of injuries, so then you're scratching your head like, fuck, like, is our medical team that bad? Like,
yeah, but Drew Tranquill's like an injury fucking magnet. He's always getting hurt.
He is. That's true.
Yeah.
I have a comment. So I think I would have went undefeated last weekend. No, I lost the Browns, but I had the Raiders money line. Great pick. I fired everyone up in here with John Gruden's speech, and you guys should have followed John Gruden. Like I said, he was going to die on that field before they lost. But I also had the Pats money line, and if Scam fucking Newton just runs the ball outside on that last play, he scores a goddamn touchdown, and that pissed me off. It was one of those, like,
I would have loved an RPO there too. Like just have someone.
Yeah.
Why not do the Tebow throw?
Yeah, like something.
A second
man.
option, just a second option, just
Yes,
in case, you know.
Just in case.
Yeah,
I agree.
and like I think Cam has shown that like he's back in like great form. That like I trust him to make a decision. Like I think Cam has looked so good, and
he looks really.
I think limiting that to just a run is just such a.
I just think like even if it's a pass run and he like acts like he's gonna pass, he still has the option to then scroll out and run. Like limiting it to a power run, I think he in his head thought he had to go this one spot.
Yeah, that's like the worst possible call out of that.
Like, dude,
it's just a power run.
But on top of that, though, Russell Wilson is fucking insane. The fact that this guy's never got an MVP vote is absurd.
Let Russ cook.
I think that Pete Carroll's finally realized after so long, like, hey, we can win games if we just let Russ cook. Yeah, and it works. But Cam Newton, man, I mean, I have him on my fantasy team. I took him at like it was like 10,000 odds or 100,000 odds to win MVP. Took him before he even signed with the Pats. I hope he just fucking continues to ball out and somehow wins the MVP. But I don't think anyone's beating Russ. But I thought it was a great week of football in the NFL. Yeah. I thought it was a great week of football. Jerry Jones just said fuck it, and they had like 25,000 fans. That was awesome to see.
Start the trend here in Dallas.
You know Jerry was just going to do it. But Mark Davis also, like, that's so – like, I don't give a fuck if fans can't go. You're the owner. You can still go.
Yeah.
Your stadium is open for the first time. Like, you know what I mean? Don't you want to see
how do you – I don't know how you – that stadium might be the new sickest stadium in the league. Like, that stadium is so dope.
That turf that they bring, the real
roll it on
that they bring in, that's awesome. They let it out and they keep it out in the sun so it gets natural light and shit. That's fucking awesome. It looks like the Death Star.
Well, Arizona does that too, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Arizona does do that. That's right. But it probably is a new sickest stadium for sure. I mean,
and
I will say SoFi is SoFi is an insane stadium.
I mean, the name, the Death Star, they should have named it the Death Star by Allegiant Airlines or something. Like, that would have been so dope.
If you're Allegiant, I would say, you're going to get talked about more.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, Allegiant, it does, but somehow Allegiant looks really dope on the side of the stadium, too. Like, everything about it looks dope. But my comments on week 2, insane week of football, a lot of good fucking games. Things went my way and our way as a group. But also, I just really am kicking myself for that dumbass 3-team parlay I had week 1, or maybe it was 4 teams. Stupid. I would be in the lead, I think. That was so stupid.
That week 1 hype, man.
So my team, the Steelers, is 2-0. Nagy's team's 2-0. Olena's team's 2-0. Brett's team is 0-2. But I mean, I gotta say
they're 1-1.
Oh, they're 1-1. That's right. But I gotta say, watching Herbert.
They're 1-1.
Yeah, watching Herbert Sunday, 1-1. Watching Herbert Sunday though, like against the Chiefs too, like I would feel pretty confident. I would feel more confident
on 5-second notice
of a Chargers fan than a fucking Bears fan.
Notice.
Bears suck.
Whoa! That was gonna be my comment, motherfucker. But not that the Bears suck. But
did the Bears play at home both weeks?
One of the plays
at Detroit.
One of the plays on my cards was the over 42 in the Bears-Giants game, and I was so happy that it didn't hit. The Bears' defense looks like the best it's ever looked in the second half in that Giants game. Granted, they didn't have Saquon.
Just their whole – they didn't have their whole offense, but they looked great.
No, but it forced them to pass, and the weakest part of the Bears' defense last week against the Lions was these crossing routes right in like the 10 to 15-yard range for Matt Stafford, and they shut that shit down. It looked so good. Mitch had 2 interceptions. One wasn't really his fault in the second half, but I still have pretty good confidence. Like,
well, I mean, you want to start 2-0. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, if we're talking performances from the boys, Waller and Josh Jacobs are fucking beasts. Waller might be the best tight end in the league this year. Like,
the dude is gigantic, and he runs like a 4.40.
Bro, he had 14 catches? 14 catches, bro?
The Saints went out and got Malcolm Jenkins to defend this type of shit, and Waller just made him his bitch all night.
Dude, I don't know who it is. Number 43 Williams. Dude, he just
Marcus Williams.
tossed him off like a fucking rag doll on one of his.
We texted a little bit about this, but I don't think Drew Brees is completely done. I know I said that, but like him not being able to throw a deep ball, like it affects their entire offense though. Like they can't run those routes. Obviously, not having Michael Thomas though, like people forget they didn't have a top 3 receiver, but like. And the thing is with Michael Thomas, he can run curl routes the entire time. So, like, he doesn't have to go deep in it.
Slants.
But, like, Drew Brees' deep ball just looks bad. Like, are they going to start? I mean, in the 2-minute drills, like, they just had to pass it to Kamara, and Kamara made a guy miss and then run for 15 yards. That was, like, their entire 2-minute drill. I think the Saints have a Super Bowl roster, but I don't know. Like, in big-time plays, is Brees going to be able to make the throw?
Yeah. My only other point for like this first week was going to be
second week,
or for like what we said for the show in the second week, was that the NFL is a lot better when, like, obviously everyone hates the Patriots and wants them to start sucking again, but football in general is a lot better when the Patriots are playing competitively, just because they usually get highlight games. And I said the same thing for the Raiders. Like, Raiders are one of like the most like well-known franchises in the NFL, and I think both those teams showed up really well with tough week 2 matchups. So good for them. Like,
dude, that Seahawks-Pats game, to your point, was a fucking phenomenal football.
That was a hell of a game. That's super impressive from the Patriots to hang with them throughout that game.
I think like watching basketball, like I think basketball is pretty normal because it's in a bubble, but they do a good job of it. But like every once in a while, you notice there's no fans. Baseball, I think the whole time for me, I noticed no fans. The Seahawks-Patriots game, I thought was such a good football game. There's so many points in the game, I totally forgot that there was no fans. Like, it was such a good football game. And, like, you hear Chris Collinsworth and everything, I was just like, oh, fuck, like, they're celebrating with no one. Like, that was the only times I thought it. But, like, it was such a good football game and, like, kind of brought me back, like, this is football. Like, the Seahawks playing the Patriots on Sunday night in a fucking one-scored game.
That was the calm before the storm for SEC football being back. Now football is fucking back. And this week, this NFL week, so many good games. Like, football is back. We are back.
All right.
So back,
baby.
That being said, I think that's a pretty good point to get started on some of our highlighted games. We got 6 highlight games we're going to talk about. 3 of them being the primetime games, and then 3 other feature highlight games, and then we're going to do the cards. So let's go ahead and get started. We're recording this on Wednesday, the 23rd. So tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, we got the Dolphins going into Jacksonville. The Jags been playing pretty well. Dolphins still looking kind of flat, but the Jags are opening right now as a 3-point favorite, so -3, and then the over/under is 48. So how are we feeling about that?
So Gardner Minshew, I mean, I know he threw 2 picks, but he had 3 touchdowns. Like, he's looked pretty good through 2 weeks, considering like the Jags have traded every player away. Miami, like, unless Tua's not healthy, I mean, for me, I kind of think you got to start Tua at this point. Like, if they lose this game, I think it's time to start Tua. Yeah, do you guys agree with that, or? Do you give him
so is Tua, like, is there no risk for injury for him?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Unless he's like not technically 100%.
Like, I'm talking like 1,000% healthy. Like,
yeah, I don't see him coming back and playing until like the last 4 or 5 games.
Which I get, definitely. Like, you want to you waste your first round draft pick.
Like it's just the season's already chalked. You got probably the 2 of the top 4 best teams in the AFC in your division.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably still beat the Jets twice, honestly.
Maybe
they
top 5.
They could, yeah. But so in this game, I think we talked about at our college show of Louisville Pitt. Like, this is literally giving 3 points to the Jags because they're playing at home. Like, I think this would be a pick 'em at a neutral site game.
They got a decent amount of fans too.
They do. They have fans, and I don't know if you've know this, but teams with fans have not lost a game yet. So the Cowboys were going to be the one, but they came back and won. Browns won.
The Colts won at home.
Colts won. Chiefs won week 1. Jags won week 1. There's another team. No.
Do the Saints have fans?
No, Saints do not have fans.
Oh, the Colts don't either?
Wait, did the Colts lose to the Jags at home?
Yeah.
No, that was at Jags. That was at Jacksonville.
It was in Jacksonville? Okay.
Oh, it was?
But they had fans. Oh yeah, that's
Jackson,
why
I'm saying the home team with fans has
right.
not lost yet.
Right.
They've either only lost one time or has not lost
Wait,
yet.
did the Bengals or the
Bengals did not have fans.
Okay.
I think the only team that did have fans, but it wasn't even fans, it was like half the players' families that lost was the Broncos, actually. Broncos had like 200 family members. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the home dog, not even a dog. Home team. I like the stat I just gave out, home teams with fans.
That's a good enough stat for this game, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a pick 'em. Like, I think it's in the air. Like, Gardner Minshew is going to be fired up to play on a Thursday night. Him and Fitzpatrick have been kind of jabbing back and forth. All good and fun, though. Making fun of a beard, then making fun of a mustache. But I'm going to go with the mustache, and I'm going to go Jacksonville -3 here. I like Jacksonville.
Mean stash, but very mean beard, too. But is the Fitzmagic running out? I mean, they looked for them playing against the Bills, and if the Bills are actually going to be one of the better teams in the AFC, I mean, they covered, obviously.
Yeah.
And was that only 5.5 because they were at home? Like, could have been 8.5 if it was reversed. It was 5.5, right?
They were on the road.
Yeah, it was 5.5.
I know, but I'm just like 5.5 is like. I think that line may have been generous in the.
Bills were controlling the game until they had a delay.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I would expect that line to be a little bit more in favor of the Bills, but
yeah, for
obviously the public didn't think so, or they would have moved it. So impressed with Miami to cover there, I guess, but I guess who really like NFL teams are. I don't know. The games aren't really ever super big blowouts when you're talking about just teams where I don't know, they're not anything crazy.
Yeah.
I think this is going to come down to right around 3 points. Total is probably right around
I got
where
49.
it's going to be. I hate this game. God, I guess. I mean, it's still going to be September, and Fitzmagic is usually one of the best quarterbacks of all time in September, and we haven't really seen it yet. So do I dare just – no, Fitzmagic's got to come out one fucking night and go the +3 here, but I do like that stat with the fans thing too. How many – do they have like a lot of fans, or is it just like –
They have like around 20,000, I think.
Fuck.
It's like all their season ticket holders.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like enough to like you can definitely hear them.
So how are the Jags scoring so much fucking points? Like, who are they even like? What's going on?
Gardner, dude.
Who are the receivers though? Do they have anybody that's a?
We got DJ Sharp.
DJ Sharp.
Keelan Cole, D.D. Westbrook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know all those guys.
Chanel.
Chris Conley. Eifert's playing well.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had.
Shaq Hennessy.
Didn't Eifert already score a touchdown too this year?
I'm pretty sure he scored 2.
He did.
All right.
He did.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Jags here. Not confidently at all, but I do not like this at all.
What about you, Brett?
Go Jags.
Yeah, I fucking hate this game. I don't know who the hell decided to put Thursday night, week 3,
back-to-back weeks. Like, come on.
Dolphins, Jags. I mean, I don't know whose idea this was, but I mean, I know the only player for sure out for the Dolphins after an injury-ridden week 2 is Byron Jones. I think Xavier Howard's going to play. Devontae Parker should be coming back. He had a full practice today. Van Noy should be healthy. Agba should be healthy. I'm actually going to go with the beard on this one.
Interesting.
I think the Dolphins win outright. I think they're going to put on a show. The over is going to be blown. This is going to be high scoring, no defense. I got to go with the beard on this one. I like his moxie against, Gardner Minshew in the toilet bowl on a Thursday night.
Here's an interesting take that I just remember. So as far as like teams trying to tank, right? Like the Dolphins could be one of them, you think, but they got Tua. So are they looking for like they're not going to look for a Lawrence play here? So
probably defense or a running back.
But for a running back to go that high, is there a running back that would go top 5 this year?
Unless you take Etienne, but I probably wouldn't take him top 5.
Yeah, no way. I don't
think. Do you think the Dolphins finish bottom 5?
I mean, if they lose this game, they're 0-3. Like
if they start, like I'm saying, as a tanking mindset, like which,
like the Jags have a tanking mindset.
Yeah, and that's
They've
where you could
traded everyone.
If the Jags start off
2-1,
like fuck.
It's crazy that you bring it up because that was how I was going to open up with who I was going to take because going into the season, I was so sure the Jags were going to go 1-15 and take Trevor Lawrence, but Gardner Minshew's been looking good, bro. Like they really don't.
Cashews.
They really.
He doesn't want them to get Lawrence.
Right.
No, 100%.
Minshew is proving he's playing for his life, literally, and he's playing like he put 30 up against the Tennessee Titans, who is regarded as having one of like probably the top 5 or 6 defenses in the NFL right now. I just really, who knows? It's only 2 weeks into the season.
Nagy, they could be 2-0 though. Like they had it like.
That's what I'm saying. I really don't think the Jags.
That's how crazy.
I don't think Minshew is going to let them tank because it's him.
He's one of those. He's a football guy. That stash. He's a football guy. If you mention tanking in front of Gardner, you might catch a left fucking hook or a right hook.
And dude, like if you look at like the Jags are going back home 1-1 and almost 2-0, beating last year's AFC.
They are confident
runner-up. Like this crowd is going to be so fucking like excited. They're going to be the most excited they've been since they had that dangerous ass defense. What was that, like 4, 5, 6 years ago?
With Blake Bortles.
Yeah, I mean, I think I really like. I think the Jags are.
But you also have
definitely
Nagy. To your point, you have no tanking people. You have Gardner Minshew. You have Jay Gruden as your offensive coordinator, who's another fucking freak football guy. And then Doug Marone's as a big of a football guy as you can get. None of those 3 people want to tank. And they have, like, most of the power in the team.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely think the Jags are going to win this game. But with the in-state rivalry going on, I do think it'll be close. So, the 3 – I do like 3. If it was like 3.5 or 4, though, I would definitely be up in air. But – I'm confident. I'm confident with the Jags -3. I think they'll win by like 6 or 7. Honestly,
home team plus fans is I think enough to tip the scale on the other side.
Especially like I mentioned, the Jags are going back and have given the fans the most to be excited about in years. So
the Dolphins lost with fans. They're the only team to lose with legit fans, not family.
Okay.
Is the Dolphins?
I mean, if the Jags win this game. I mean, they could be – imagine they win last week. They'd be 3-0. Houston would be 0-3. Colts would be, I mean, middle pack, whatever, 1-1. And who do they play this week? They play the Giants. Okay, either way, I mean, they're looking primed in the first 3 weeks, like, to make a run at that division. But big game here. I think they have a lot more to lose than the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins pretty much – I mean, obviously you guys are going to want to win, but – if you're like a realistic guy, you know you're not really going to do shit as a Dolphins organization this year. Where the Jags, I mean, they're showing that they can hang with an AFC championship contender from last year, and probably one of the 2 favorites to win the division. So,
all right. So going into Sunday, 1 o'clock, the first game we're going to talk about for Sunday games before prime times. We got the Rams and the Bills, both 2-0. Rams going to Buffalo, and the Bills are coming in as a 2-point favorite, similar to the game we are just talking about. Probably would be a pick 'em at a neutral site. Bills -2, and then over/under 47.5.
So, a little tidbit for you guys. San Fran played at the Jets last weekend, and now they play at the Giants. They stayed in West Virginia. The Rams went all the way back to LA and are now flying all the way back to Buffalo.
Tough.
Like the stat of like West Coast teams playing at 1 o'clock on the East Coast is wild.
Was that a Philly game at 1 o'clock though last week?
It was. They defeated the people rule of West Coast, but
different beasts in the Bills though, no doubt.
100%. I like the Bills based solely on the West Coast, East Coast tidbit. I read that they flew back and they sold me on that. I like the Bills here. Not on my card, but I would ride with the Bills here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bills are going to be one of the probably not. You can't even call them a surprise, but a damn good team in the AFC this year. Yeah, flying back makes no sense. I mean, the Niners are staying when they're playing the Jets and the fucking Giants, and you're not when you're playing the damn good team in the Bills. Interesting play by them. It's 2 points. I mean, yeah, it might as well be a pick 'em. I think that's a little bit disrespectful to the Bills. I think we're getting good value here with how close they played the Dolphins last week. So I do like the Bills here at -2. I think people are a little bit too high on the Rams from that Philly team. I think Philly is really bad. So,
I think that game said more about Philly than it did.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, they looked okay against the Cowboys. I mean, holding them, but I mean, everyone knows they got a good defense, so they're doing what they got to do. I think I think the under is a play here as well, but I like the Bills -2.
All right, what about you, Brett? What do you think?
I will agree on the under, but after the amount of injuries the Bills dealt with last week, you've got guys like Ed Oliver, Zach Moss, Jerry Hughes, even Tre'Davious White, who was the top corner according to PFF last year. All didn't practice. I think Trey White was limited today. Even without that, I honestly got to go with the Rams here and fade everybody. I think the Rams are out for blood, and they're going to bounce back. I don't think they're like a Super Bowl contender. But the Bills were a little shaky. The Dolphins had them on their heels last week. I know there was a lightning delay, but people are forgetting about the Dolphins were competing that whole game. Like,
That's Fitzmagic.
I think Sean. Yeah, and that's why I think Fitzmagic is going to shine on Thursday night. People forget, he likes to randomly show up. That's a different topic.
He does.
But I like the way I like the way. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like the way Jared Goff looks right now.
I do.
That's saying a lot because I've never been big on Jared Goff, but he looks really good, and the Rams are really healthy. The only guy that looks like he may not play is Malcolm Brown, but they got a running back by committee. Sean McVay knows how to work that kind of system. There's a lot of injuries right now for the Bills. I think the Rams are going to pull off this upset.
I think the Rams were super disappointed with how last year went, and I think this year they're like you said. I think they are out for blood. But Nagy, who you
they know they got to win. Like every game counts in that division with how hot the Cardinals are starting, how damn they look with Hopkins.
That's very true.
Well, not just the Cardinals.
Cardinals and Niners and Seahawks. I was saying we were assuming the Niners and Seahawks would probably be there, and now the Cardinals are also there. I mean that division is probably the craziest division we've seen in the past 5-10 years with how good everybody looks right now. And that's crazy. It's a tough division.
Yeah,
so they got to. I mean, motivation. But I think both teams. I wouldn't say they're necessarily hungrier than the Bills because I know the Bills got to win this week because the Patriots have an easier game against the Raiders. People think that, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I'm pretty impressed with the Rams. This is the healthiest the Rams have stayed through the beginning of the season in a few years too. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I think both these teams are legitimate playoff teams. Like Brett said, probably not Super Bowl caliber, but Sam Darnold is out for blood, bro. He looks so good off the line, every single play.
Darnold.
Aaron.
He switched.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I swear I'm dyslexic, bro.
I thought you
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I know, bro. It's pure dyslexia.
Darnold.
I've literally made that mistake just talking really fast.
I thought you said Sam, but then I heard he comes off the line. I was like, oh no, he definitely said Aaron. And then B-Fine was like,
I was gonna let him go the whole time. I thought that was a great pickup in Sam Darnold right there.
No, I talk about
him with
he
Aaron.
did have a nice throw on Sunday. He did have a nice throw.
Couple him with Aaron Donald.
I talk about him a lot just because of the comparisons. People having that conversation, oh, him or Khalil, who would you rather have? So I talk about him a lot, and then I start talking real fast, and I'll just fuck up his name like that. But anyway, I think bringing up that rain delay that happened in the Bills-Dolphins game is definitely a concern for Bills. Like, if that delay would have happened when the Bills were playing, like, the Patriots or, like, a legitimate team and your team kind of goes flat, it
would never. It would never.
Okay. If they were playing a team that was good and there was a reason for delay and then you come out flat against the other team,
you're right.
Good. Shut the fuck up.
He's rattled off of Sam Darnold, so.
No, I said you're right. What the hell?
Oh, I thought you said that never happened. But anyway.
I did the first time, but I was just kidding.
But yeah, like, how do you come out flat against the Dolphins? I didn't like
magic, bro. I'm telling you.
No. So yeah, hammer the Rams, like sprinkle a little bit on the. No. They're plus 110 too.
Like, I feel like if you're gonna take my +2, you might as well take the worst.
That's the worst odds for a dog.
Oh, money line. Just take the money line.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you just take the money line here too.
So we'll see when we get to the cards. But yeah, I think the Rams are like super dangerous offensively as well. Like they have a really good core. And Darrell Henderson stepping up for Cam Akers and Malcolm Brown, like he did a really good job as a running back. So yeah, I really like the Rams here.
Rams have not played a defense this whole fucking year, so we don't know anything about their offense, in my opinion, yet. This will be their first test.
All right. So
fair.
The next game we got before the primetime games, we're going to talk about the Raiders-Patriots game. So Elena's going to have plenty to say about that one, I'm sure. Where is it?
It's what are the Pats -6?
It's -6 on mine.
Yeah, that's what I had.
I think I passed.
So here, let me start here.
Yep.
So the Raiders are about to start a gauntlet. You can argue they started it last week, took care of business against the Saints. I'm never going to voice my confidence in the Raiders because whatever I say, the opposite will fucking happen. And I'm never going to say they're going to – well, I should start saying they're going to get their ass kicked. But this is a mega – this might be the biggest trap game of the entire season on the NFL schedule. The Patriots play at the Chiefs next week. So if you're ever going to get an overlook by Bill Belichick, I know he's probably the greatest coach of all time, but if there was a week where Bill Belichick would overlook a team like the Raiders, this would be the week. 6 is – I honestly think the Raiders are getting a little – 5.5? Okay.
Yeah.
That's even worse. I think the Raiders are getting a lot of respect here, and I don't like it. I would – if I would have had to guess what the line would be, I'd give it like 8 points here.
See, here's the thing, though, is like the Raiders played well. Like, I think Dick Carr's getting a fuck ton of respect. Like, I think he's getting so much respect because I don't think
too much.
Yeah, almost too much. Yeah, like you look good against the Saints,
the Panthers.
All Gruden.
Saints do well like in turnovers, but they let up a lot of yards. They did against Tampa Bay, like they're going to against the Packers. But
those are bottom 5 defenses. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, but to your point though, I mean, the Raiders kind of lucked out. They played the Saints, and the Saints had a Sunday night game against the Packers the next weekend, and then they play the Pats, and they play the Chiefs the next weekend. Like that's if you're going to play these teams, that's when you want to play them, though.
Exactly. There's no better time to play them. And on top of that, it's east. It's literally all the way to Foxborough, like the furthest east you can fucking go.
Well, and you're losing a day. I mean, you played on Monday night. You got to go all the way out east.
And then the Raiders might stay on the east though, because then they they come back and play the Bills. That's right. So they're flying back and forth. Obviously, that's not going to affect them for this game. It's just the one game, but it's very interesting that's why I wish the Raiders were like more of dogs here, just for like a little more locker room motivation. With like 5.5 is almost like.
I think in the NFL, if you're under a touchdown, like it's almost like because NFL scores are always so weird. Like if you're under a touchdown, I think you're getting a lot of respect.
Right. Yeah. Especially on the road against the dynasty team of the past decade. So it's like
who has also looked good this year.
Yeah, and Cam Newton is not taking a step back from in the quarterback position at all. Yeah, I don't really I don't like this as a Raiders fan. I wish they were, like I said, we're getting a little bit more disrespected, but I might start picking against them just to
win-win situation.
It's a win. I'm hedging my happiness. I might start doing that. So I'll go Pats -6 and just hope I'm a huge fucking mush when anything I say with the Raiders.
Yeah,
and it'll just be manifested.
Be fine.
Or 5.5. 5.5.
All right. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Pats too. I think Raiders are getting a lot of respect. I kind of agreed with what Alina said. Be fine.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Pats are extremely, other than non-injury related things like COVID and James White's situation, they're extremely healthy with what they've got putting forward. And the Raiders have had a lot of names who have not been practicing. Even Darren Waller didn't practice today. He's got a knee problem. I mean, Josh Jacobs didn't practice today. Their best right tackle. I mean, their O-line did look really good against the supposed Saints defense the other night. And they were down to their third-string tackle. So I was definitely, even hating the Raiders, I was impressed by their O-line the other night. But this is one of those things where they lost today. They're kind of banged up from the other night. And the Patriots look damn good. So I'm not betting against Bill Belichick here. He definitely took that loss on Sunday night and went and scouted the his next opponent that night, and I'm going with Bill.
See how he
here.
showed up
I'm going
to press today? He was up all
did you see
night.
his outfit? He hasn't slept since.
Yeah, he had those holes in his hoodie and everything, right?
He has not slept.
I'm not betting against
Sunday
Bill.
night.
Him and Kanye hooked up on some
No
Yeezy Patriot line.
Bro, but one thing, that was the Yeezy Patriot collab. But one thing that is scary for the whole fucking league, and here's my hot take future. It's not even that hot of a take, but Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, whatever those odds are, take it right now, and here's why. Pete Carroll and the Seahawks got that curse lifted off their shoulders by having a goal line stand against the Patriots last week.
Yeah.
The curse has been broken.
It is kind of funny though how like everyone was like you run the ball on the 1 yard line and the Patriots.
And they're like, oh, come on, give us a pass option. Yeah, it was like that shit every day of the week. Cam Newton.
We had this conversation after every matchup between them too. There's always a controversial call.
Well, yeah, you remember when Gronk
every time
Gronk with they said PI, no PI on the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
like the Super Bowl, this game, like every time they play, it's an insane game, and it's fucking on a goal line stand.
It comes down the wire.
Actually, just take the Seahawks to get to the Super Bowl. That's the curse is broken.
Playoff curse. I think after week 1, their odds were like 1,400. So I don't know what they are now.
I saw it was 1,100.
1,100. Still.
No. It was 2,100 to win the NFC, 1,100 to make it.
Win the NFC West, you're saying?
No, to win the NFC and like go to the Super Bowl, it was like plus 21 or plus 1,100, I think.
And then to win the Super Bowl was plus 2,100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
But I'm surprised no one's talking about the over here. Honestly, like both these teams' offenses have looked surprisingly good out the gate. I think 48 is kind of low. Like I think this line should be closer to like 52.5, 53.5. So I like over 48. I don't really like this game at all though, but I do like over 48 if I had to pick one.
To your point, Nagy is like the Patriots defense had like 6 starters opt out before the season. Like their defense would probably be pretty good, but like they definitely
still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, the first few weeks is when I would agree with you on like I would hammer some overs, especially how good the Raiders have looked on offense through 2 weeks. Like I think they're going to score some points.
Yeah,
and Cam Newton's also looked good. So
both offenses are clicking.
Yeah, and if you just look at week 2, like the Raiders put up over 30 against the Saints, who are supposed to have like an above average defense, and the Patriots put 30 points against the Seattle Seahawks, who's supposed to have maybe probably like a top 8, top 10 defense in the league.
Yep.
So yeah, I like the over. Next game we're going to talk about is the Cowboys Seahawks. They're playing in Seattle. Seattle's coming in with a 5-point favorite, so Seattle -5, and then the over/under is 55.5.
So I think the way the Cowboys came out in the first half, like if they didn't come back and win that game, I think their season would be like done. Mike McCarthy's first year looking like shit 2 weeks in a row, and not like I think that was a huge win for them, but
they got blessed.
I don't see how we didn't really talk about that, but go fucking
what
jump
is
on
that guy doing, man?
Yeah, jump on the ball. Like I
heard
an announcer.
You're a hands guy. Like what the fuck?
There was an announcer, and it was like he didn't explain the special teams coach didn't explain the rules to the returners that you can touch the ball even if it's not 10 yards. It's like,
bro, like
you don't know
the whole
that.
Reason you're up there is to go grab that. And
yeah,
like,
but if you don't know the rules and you're in the NFL, that's on you. That's not on your special teams coach. Like, how can you play football?
There's
that long?
no way. He had to be. He was trolling.
But no, I don't think he was. Like it was wild listening.
Yeah.
To him.
Wait. Who was the one that said they didn't know the overtime rules? Was that Vic? Or remember that was like a couple years ago? He said he didn't know what the overtime rules were.
Probably, yeah. But
it was so funny.
I mean, I think the Cowboys, like, that definitely gives them some momentum. But after watching the Cowboys for 2 weeks, I mean, there's zero chance they're going to be able to stop Russell Wilson, right? Like, no chance. I mean, the guys looked insane through 2 weeks and, like, doing it on better defenses than fucking whatchamacallit. Well, I guess the Falcons are pretty bad too. But, like, the Cowboys haven't been able to stop shit. There's no way Russell Wilson gets stopped in this game. I think the Seahawks kind of roll.
Yeah, I also love the Seahawks here. Really surprised. It's in Seattle. I mean, the way that it's tough to say. I know it's a missing pieces Patriots defense, but
Cowboys.
I mean, no, I'm talking about the Patriots.
Oh, when they played them, my bad.
Yeah, like I think they're still a better defense than people are actually giving them credit for with just how good of a coach Bill Belichick is. So I think I was expecting this line to be like 7-ish, 7 and a hook maybe in favor of Seattle. Cowboys, I mean, that was just another epic collapse from the Falcons there. So
teams, did you see the stat where it was like teams up by a certain amount of points, which the Falcons were with 0 turnovers, are 444-0 since they recorded turnovers as a stats. The Falcons were the first fucking team to lose that game. You know how much has to go wrong for you to lose that game?
Yeah, just like epic collapses. With how much the Patriots put up, I mean, 56 is kind of a lot, but I kind of like the over. But yeah, I think until the Seahawks give me a reason to, I will be leaning take them all day and twice on Sundays, which it's on a Sunday.
You gotta take it twice.
I like the Seahawks -5.
2-unit play, maybe. All right, we'll see.
Possibly.
Follow Brett. I mean, Brett's the one that's been preaching about Russell also since the beginning of the year. What do you think?
He said it week 1 before they played the Falcons.
Let Russ cook.
Let him cook.
Go in Seattle. Dallas's defense is pissed. I don't trust anything about him. DK Metcalf, it's his second year in the league, and he just made Stephon Gilmore look human.
Boy, has them paused.
That is the best corner by far in the league, and DK Metcalf just made he abused him the other night. So, I mean, I can't bet against Russ here, just like I can't bet against Bill Belichick. Give me Seattle. What are we looking at over here? 56.
He took the Seahawks.
I don't even remember, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. You said the over too?
I don't know.
I thought you took the Seahawks last week.
No, actually, I like the under here because the over's just a little too high for me. I mean, they're kind of exaggerating. Like I'm seeing 56 right now.
Yeah, actually,
what you guys got?
I like the under.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
fun. I think the odds are just like screw it. You might as well take the under at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's like
I think
combination of like no one stopped Seattle and Cowboys last week, and we're in a shootout. So they're like, oh, this game's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Right.
the Falcons.
Which is understandable, but
yeah, that's a good point on the under.
it's worth taking the under.
Yeah, if like the Falcons didn't choke as hard as they did, like how many points would the Cowboys have?
Yeah, Cowboys had like what, 14?
They probably would have finished the game with like 21 or 24 points. If
it probably would have been like 39-24. Yeah.
Like, so, and Seattle definitely has a better defense. Who knows if the Cowboys score that many points up to that through three quarters against Seattle?
Well, Seattle was down to like their last string safety against the Pats because the guy got hurt.
Blair went out.
The guy got
Blair and Quandre Diggs got kicked out. Yeah.
So,
and you can bet the bank that Seattle doesn't choke like fucking Atlanta did. So if they get
hell no,
you can see a similar start could be in the horizon, and then Seattle's going to slam the door shut with foot on the neck. So
yeah. Similar to Brett, I definitely had a lot of confidence in Seattle going into the season, especially after the pickup they made. But I just feel bad I didn't take it. I think before the trade, they were plus like 2,800 to win the Super Bowl. And since then, I think right now they're sitting closer to like plus like 18 or plus 2,000 to win the Super Bowl. So
Seahawks, you're saying?
Yeah, their odds have already cut like 35%.
Yeah.
So I feel bad. I probably can't take it now. Just like from
wait for them to lose a bullshit game.
It's also likely. It's like the point of the Rams that you guys were saying though. Like, I know Seattle's 2-0 and looks amazing, but they got to keep pace. Like Arizona, San Fran, like everyone in that division.
San Fran is the one that's fucking in the last. Like they're the ones playing catch up. Right? That's it. That division is insane.
So like they're all gonna, but I mean like it's 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. San Fran's 1-1. San Fran's gonna win. They fucking play the Giants, so they'll be 2-1. And then you throw in the Rams have a tough game. I don't know who the Cardinals play this week.
They play Detroit, so give them that.
So Detroit's gonna be 3-0. So it's like if Seattle loses, they're in a 3-way tie for second place, and Arizona's in first place. Like, you gotta keep pace.
This is really their division right now is really disheartening for a Bears fan because this is
they could have 2 wild cards.
This is really making it look like the Bears might possibly have to win the NFC North right now again
to get in.
To get in.
Oh hell yeah, they will.
Against the Packers team that is just kind of rolling so far.
Yeah. But
so
we'll talk about that game tonight.
Yeah, hopefully the Bears can win at least one of the 2 games against Green Bay. But anyway, I like Seattle -5. Besides the point, so let's get right to the next game. Sunday Night Football. Packers going into New Orleans. The New Orleans are opening up as the favorites right now. 3.5-point favorites. Over under 52.5.
Is Michael Thomas probably going to play? Anyone know that? Like
3.5.
No,
he didn't practice today.
He's out.
He did not practice today.
Wait, is he officially out, Nagy?
Like when he first got hurt,
they said 3 weeks, right?
Several weeks.
Yeah.
Like several.
I mean, but if he doesn't practice on Wednesday, that means he hasn't practiced in 2 weeks. Like, it's tough to play a game.
Yeah.
If you haven't practiced that long.
True. I thought today was Monday for some reason.
Dude, I kind of thought it was Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. Like, you don't really practice Friday or Saturday. You do more walkthroughs. So if you don't get a full practice in during the week, like, that's tough. But dude, I like the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers, when they drafted fucking Jordan Love, like he went. I think he likes Jordan Love, but like I think he's just like fuck the organization, and I'm on the fuck you tour. And
and he's like fuck you, Dad. Hang up the phone and just go and beat the shit out of the Lions.
Fuck you, brother. Fuck you, sister. Fuck you, brother. He hates his family. We all know that. But like,
he gets on a conference call with his family, hangs up at halftime, and just goes and shits on the locker.
But he's looked phenomenal. Aaron Jones has looked phenomenal. I think the Packers have looked pretty good. Yeah, they've had like their defense hasn't looked crazy. But again, like if Michael Thomas doesn't play, I'm not threatened by Drew Brees to beat me. I think the Saints are good, but I'm not threatened that Drew Brees is going to beat me. And I am super threatened that fucking Aaron Rodgers is going to take over the game.
Do the Saints have fans or no?
Sunday Night Football. Saints do not have fans. But Aaron Rodgers loves playing Sunday Night Football. I like the Packers to win this game.
After after the Saints, you can call that, I don't know if it's embarrassing, but pushing it, lost to the Raiders. I'll say it. And then you got probably one of the hottest teams. Like they might have the largest margin of victory, at least close to it, average. In the Packers.
Yeah, for sure.
With some absolute weapons in the backfield and Rodgers who's on fire. I mean, yeah, I kind of love the Packers here, honestly, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I would definitely go Packers +3 here. I think the Saints are in a rude awakening here. I think the Packers are. I know they're in a much less competitive division, than the West, but I think the Packers are going to be one of the final. My hot take: Packers are going to be one of the final 4 teams left on Championship Sunday this year again.
Define.
Yeah, I got to go off of your point here. I think Aaron Rodgers is pissed off. He's playing like he's pissed off. He's playing like LeBron in Miami Heat where he made that face. He's mad. And you combine that, like, fun stat for you, the highest rated corner in the league right now, according to PFF, is Jair Alexander. I know he hasn't particularly played against top-tier receivers, but you combine that with a Saints team right now that's not going to put Michael Thomas out on the field. He's going to shut down whoever he's guarding. The deep ball is not going to be a threat.
To your point, like not playing top-tier receivers, he doesn't play Michael Thomas. He's playing the same receivers he played in week 1 and 2. You know what I mean? He's not playing anyone that's way better than the guys he's seen already.
Right. I mean, I guess Thielen, but there's no other threat outside of Thielen. So you could double. I mean, Jair Alexander is holding his ground. Sure. Week 1 rookie, that was the first game. And then week 2, I don't know if the Lions put Galladay out there week 2. I actually don't remember, but regardless.
Marvin Thomas.
The Packers' defense is hit or miss. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to light them up. I definitely like the Packers here, so I'm going to take the underdog once again. Give me Green Bay and give me Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Outright. They're going to win again.
At this point, I don't really feel like I need to say too much.
You guys, are you on the same side?
Yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much covered everything. Nothing much more to say. Like, the Saints haven't proven –
it's a sucker bet. It's a sucker bet.
I know it really does feel like it, but
if we all just said that,
they had the Saints had almost zero flow that whole game. No Michael Thomas,
no, they look completely out of sync.
Yeah, their offense has no rhythm without Michael Thomas being a part of the pass game. So there's no reason not to like the Packers as underdogs here. So, all right.
Vegas is begging you to take the Packers, bro. Like something's up here. I might flip to the Saints on my card, bro. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think they were begging you to take
bag.
I think they were begging you to take Patriots last weekend, though. Like I think they were begging you to take the Patriots, and Seahawks ended up winning.
Yeah, but I mean the Seahawks haven't not won, and the Saints just fucked up, and the Packers haven't. Like the Packers look like the better team all around.
100%, but you can argue.
You know what you got to stop too.
They did.
I wouldn't. I don't think you could. Yeah, but I'm saying like going into that week 2 with the Pats and the Seahawks, like the Pats barely beat the Dolphins, and the Falcons handled the Falcons. I mean, or the Seahawks handled the Falcons. I guess they both kind of won by 10, but. I don't know. I just feel like this one is like every like noob is taking the Packers. If you're like a betting novice, like it's like they just came off a shitty loss or the
but it's also the like yes, but then if Drew Brees is how Drew Brees has played, then it's like a no-brainer not to take the Packers. Like if Drew Brees comes out and plays exactly like he has, and it's like okay, maybe his arm has finally lost a step. It's like why would you take him?
Yeah, it's just tough without Michael Thomas in there. That's such a big,
for sure,
factor. And if they have the number 1 corner according to PFF, like or whatever the fuck it is,
load the box, make him throw it deep on you. I don't think he does it.
I agree with that.
All right. So last game we're going to talk about huge matchup, biggest matchup of the year so far. We got the Chiefs going to Baltimore. Ravens are opening right now at 3.5-point favorites, over under 53.5.
Question: are we allowed to say we don't want to put it on the card and wait till the line goes 3 if you think it will?
Yeah, but you have to tweet it and tag.
Yeah, when it's live at that, and we're going off what book? Just
our sponsor, FanDuel,
or the official unofficial? No, I thought it was DraftKings.
No, well, yeah, that's right. DraftKings did sponsor us.
The official, unofficial sponsor, DraftKings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Naga.
What?
Finish your Chiefs Ravens.
Oh, I was gonna say we were talking about trap game earlier. Patriots looking ahead. I think the Chiefs definitely trapped themselves in that Chargers game. Getting ready for Baltimore. Luckily, they still
without a doubt. I was gonna say that. Good point. So, without a doubt.
And who the Ravens played last week? They played the
Texans.
Yeah,
and dumped on them.
Yeah,
Odell would.
I don't know if they trapped themselves as much as the Chiefs. I just wanted to open it. You guys can go ahead.
Oh,
what do you guys like?
Nagy, to your point, this is a crazy they got to play the Chargers, but it's kind of a trap game because they're playing the Ravens. But then it's you have to play the Patriots the following week. So
they're in go mode.
They have to be, you'd think.
Who do the Ravens play next? Let's see. It doesn't really fucking matter, honestly,
but this is the game we all wanted in the AFC Championship.
They play the Washington football team.
Or last year's AFC, yeah.
They are giving it their all.
Oh, for sure.
Not that you wouldn't for the Chiefs, but
this is the game we all wanted to fucking see. We wanted to see Lamar versus Mahomes. We want that. It's on Monday night, week 3. Mahomes comes off a decent game, especially in his standards. Lamar did Lamar things. The Ravens have not been tested. They blew out the Browns, blew out the Texans.
With that same logic, though, the Chiefs haven't been tested.
I mean, they were in a one-score game, though, and had to make plays.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think so. I think that was a big trap for them, and they just
but there's a big difference between making winning plays when there's a touchdown to be scored and not even being within 2 scores in the fourth quarter of each game.
But I think the Chiefs can do that 9 out of 10 times. I would bet money on that every single time.
I don't disagree, but I just think being put in pressure situations helped you out when you are in those pressure situations. Like they said, Lamar in 1-score games the past 2 years on game-winning drives is not that good. He never has to do it. So when he is, it's a tough thing for him. Or playing from behind last year when they got down to the Titans, they were behind for more minutes against the Titans than they were the entire year. So it's tough when you're not in those situations. That's what I'm saying. With Mahomes, we've been there. So it's
but my point to that was we've seen them do it so many times, but it's still good to get the repetitions of needing to do it. So
I think it just wakes you up. I think it wakes you up. I think
exactly. I think what I think is huge is it wakes the defense up.
Yeah.
Like a Lamar Jr. Sherbert, he can kind of do it all. Not even close, but he's his evil little cousin.
He can run more better than half of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
So it's defense. This is what we're fucking doing next week.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing for the Chiefs to play Sherbert.
I think this is – I don't know. See, I could see this going 2 ways. I could see the Ravens coming out and just looking phenomenal and continue their regular season dominance as they have the past 3 years, and they just can't win in the playoffs. But I could also see it Mahomes comes out and he looks fucking good and he wants to be hey, it's kind of like the things when LeBron would play someone and he wanted to prove that he's still the king of the NBA. Mahomes, obviously they're the same age, but he wants to prove hey,
I'm that guy.
You look good during the regular season and stuff, but I'm still the guy in the NFL.
Wait, did the Ravens and the Chiefs play last year or no? Was Mahomes hurt for that, or am I making this up? Maybe that was against the Packers or something.
For it, but I feel
I'll check it out.
Had to have played. But I said there's 2 scenarios that would happen. I think it leans more, in my opinion, because of how the Chiefs played last week. I think Mahomes comes out and he's ready to play. I like the Chiefs to win this game. No fans in Baltimore. I think that definitely is a difference. Like that's the thing is these home field advantages are for a little bit, but if there's no fans, it's tough. But
okay, so they did play last year about this same exact time, week 3, and the Chiefs won 33-28.
The close game, yeah.
Yep. So
be fine. Who
I'm
do you like
assuming it was
here?
in Kansas City last year, right?
It was. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like the way John Harbaugh has his boys start these 2 weeks. Them Ravens look good, man. I can't bet against them until they show me otherwise. I think they're going to take a page out of the Chargers defense. That Mahomes looked. I mean, he got hot at the end, but the Chargers were all over him. Joey Bosa was in his face all game.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes didn't really make a play until he had to. Kudos to him. Respect to him. That's he's Super Bowl MVP. He does that. But I think the Ravens take a page out of that book. I think they contain him, and you're not really going to stop Mahomes. Mm-hmm. I think Lamar that offense is pretty healthy. They're too much for the Chiefs defense. I got to go with the Ravens. They're covering. They're going to win the game.
Man, this is such a tough one. Just looking at the stats from the last year, Mahomes was 27 for 37, 375, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, I think this could end up like that Rams
like 49
and Chiefs game, that one.
Yeah, 55, 52.
I have a feeling it could be like that.
What's
Something
the over here? 52 or no? 54.
Yeah.
53 and a half.
53 and a half.
As long as it's not shitty fucking rain in Baltimore, I love the over. But it's with how they look in the regular season, I think says a lot. It's like, because obviously they're not great. I guess, they beat everybody other than the Chiefs. Like they beat the Texans soundly when the Texans were, like, that was supposed to be a good game.
Patriots by 2 scores. Are you talking about last year?
Yeah, last year. They beat the 49ers. That was a rain game. Still handled business against a really good defense.
So Monday night, there's a chance of thunderstorms.
Ooh. Okay. But I guess I like that the Ravens can run the ball, though. I think that's going to be big here. Opens up a lot, like for the long bombs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them getting into too many, of those 3rd and long situations where is that kind of what screwed them in the Titans game, like where they looked vulnerable for the first time all year, where it was like obvious passing downs and the Titans just fucking pinned their ears back and did what made him throw, I guess, and played some good defense. I don't think the Chiefs are going to make him do that. So, man, that's a tough one. I think this is going to get a lot closer to pick 'em before the line is all said and done. I do like the Ravens to win this game, though, and I would take a -3.5. I don't like it, but I'd probably still do it.
Yeah, it's a super tough call. I mean, you basically got 2 of the best 3 teams, probably the top 2 teams, arguably. It's hard to pick these games when you don't really have much to go off of, just because basically every game they play, both of them are the favorites. But
I think the Chiefs have the slight edge in these 2 games so far.
I do think it's interesting. Even these 2 teams, their kickers, they have the 2 best kickers in the league, arguably, as well. I think it's going to come. I think that's going to be a huge.
I don't think it's an argument. I was going to say, I don't think it's an argument. Easily one.
I think it's going to be a huge factor in this.
Who's the Ravens again? I forget. What's his name?
Justin Tucker.
Oh yeah, Justin Tucker.
And no shot at Brett, obviously, but Bucker made that clutch. That was a super clutch field goal in overtime, and in week 1 against
a couple of them.
Yeah.
No, I was just talking
he got
about
ice, 2-minute warning, false start. I mean, damn.
They threw everything.
Kudos to him for sure.
Yeah, and in week 1, Bucker, when they were playing the Texans, that was with kind of shitty weather too. So I think Bucker has a little practice with the shitty weather this year already in some bad weather. So
it's
I don't
Bucker
know.
and Tucker. Those are names.
Bucker's the
Bucker and Tucker. Let's go.
So I kind of think it will kind of be like a field goal game. So
You
3.5.
think so?
Yeah, 3.5. Like I kind of like the Chiefs. I don't know who's gonna win, but 3.5.
So
I feel like
I don't see these defenses getting
you're
stops in the
saying
red zone.
outside of the football number, you do not like it. If it's 3 or under, you do like it. Or do you like the Chiefs?
I think if the Ravens win or the Chiefs win, it's going to be to win, but like with the field goal. So either way, I think the Chiefs are covering in either of those scenarios. So yeah, I guess Chiefs plus 3.5. Cross my fingers. This game is going nowhere near my card.
Yeah,
so,
I can't do it either.
So we'll see. Speaking of the cards, let's get into our cards. Get right to our picks. I'm sure it sounds like we all kind of like the card for the most part this week.
Yeah,
I'm going last this week.
Okay.
So I'm going to go last this week.
Okay.
Nagy,
Michael,
why don't you start us off because you had the worst week?
Okay.
That's what we got to do. I started off last week. Worst has started off.
Damn. So I have to.
You can't steal any picks.
Shut up. I have them all written down, bitch.
Same here.
Me too.
No, Alina's stealing.
I haven't written down up here, dude. I should have fucking went with my gut and had 2 do or dies last week, and I fucking didn't.
I have to change one of my games real quick just because I can't do. So I'm on.
Okay, so while you change, okay, never mind. You're about to explain it, so go on.
Yeah, so for the do or die, I'm the only one on a do or die losing streak right now. So I'm on a 1 do or die losing streak. So I can only.
Who'd you have?
Who'd
you have last week?
Vikings. Plus
3. Oh yeah, I told you, bro. I told you.
So I can only do 2 because if I lose both of them, I have to do the forfeit. I can't do 3 and get bailed out at some point.
So
they go in order.
Are you doing 2 this week, Nagy?
I am doing 2 this week.
Okay, so if he loses both this weekend, he will have to eat however many burgers he is down in units for his 3 do or dies in the time
as we record this.
And as we record this, he has to finish them. And then people can also tweet. Oh, fine. You know what? Since this is our first one, Nagy, why don't we just do the same thing? If Nagy loses, he has to do the burgers during our podcast. He also has to tweet 5 nice things to Sarah Spain. That's who it is, right?
Yeah.
Each day.
Per day.
Oh. Who said Max Kellerman?
That's for me.
I thought I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's for me.
Oh.
That's for the college one. So
I told Michael.
I don't mind Max.
I told Michael I would match his and do for Sarah.
Yeah, I'm on a 1-game winning streak for the NFL, so I'm good. But if I lose my college one this week, then I have to tweet Max Kellerman. So Nagy, that's what it is. It's the same thing. What's her name?
Yeah, so if I lose both my do or dies in this or college, I'm doing that. Okay. So
save your do or die till the end, though, right?
For the burger perspective.
Yeah,
I'll get to that after I get my do or dies done. I'll just do my regular picks first. So, first one I got. I got to pull this back up. I just want to make sure I have the matchup right. Okay, so first one I got the Raiders and Patriots over 48 points. I have the Titans and
Vikings.
Titans and Vikings over 48.5. And then I think it's going to, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be an obvious bounce back week for Kirk Cousins. I don't think any man takes more heat than him, but I think he responds really well. So 48.5. And then
at home.
Colts Jets under 43.5.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A low number, but
yeah, it's a low number. I like throwing it. I love sharking those little numbers.
Yeah, but then again, like the Jets might not score really at all. So like, yeah, that's not.
There you go. Yeah, and then
that's what we thought with the Jags in Indy, too.
I did think that. That did not work. And then the Cardinals. I got the minus 5.5 against the Lions.
Love that pick.
Yep. Pick. And then my last one that's not a do or die is Rams +2.
Ooh.
Against the Bills.
All right, I'll go second. Okay, so I got 4 plays that are not my do or dies. I got let me see here. I got the Jaguars -3. I think the Mustache Bronco and Minshew, I think they roll. I got the Packers money line on Sunday night, and then I got the Chiefs money line on Monday night, and then I have a 5-team money line parlay: Jags money line, Falcons money line, Pats money line, Browns money line, and Steelers money line. And then
you didn't learn your lesson.
I won it last week
with the Browns. They fucked you.
They won though. They just have to win.
I know, but they still fucked you when you wanted them, when you needed them.
Yeah, but I had them in my moneyline parlay last week. So
you did?
I did, yeah. So those are my 4 plays, and then my 2 do or dies will be later.
All right, Brett, you go.
So my card, I don't know. Which one of you said Kirk Cousins is going to bounce back?
That was Mitch.
Absolutely not. They lost Anthony Barr for the year, sorry. 2.5, like, Atlanta was talking about a game where Vegas is begging you to take it. What's the catch here? 2.5 for the Titans?
I took the over.
Yeah.
I took the over.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. I'm putting 2.5 Tennessee on my card.
I saw that line, Brett, and I was just like, dude, there's something wrong right here. There's something.
Off. Like, I'm biting though. I'm biting.
Like,
I'm totally biting on
I like the
pick though. I like the pick.
That's the second home dog where you like kind of scratched your head for a sec this whole season. It might be the first, really.
Yeah. I could be looking like a fool after this week, but another one I have that we haven't even talked about, I'm going with Cincy plus 5.5 against the Eagles. Wow. Look like shit.
Yeah.
I like Joe Burrow to get his first win, and Eagles fans are going to be up in arms after week 3.
In Philly?
Mark my – oh, yeah. I don't care if they got fans or not. Joe Burrow is going to bounce back. I mean, I'm just sprinkling money line, but I think they cover. The Eagles could win by field goal, and then Eagles fans will be like, "Oh, we still don't look that good. We could barely beat the Bengals."
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Cincy plus 5.5. I got Atlanta -3.
Love that pick. Love that pick.
Sorry, Nagy. I have to finally go against the Bears here.
That's a good pick.
But Atlanta's very high octane on offense, so. I'm sorry, Nagy. I don't think Mr. Trubisky can keep up with that.
That's a good pick.
That's all right.
New England -6, as we talked about. That's on my card. I won't get any further into that.
It is 6.
I think
No, it's 5.5.
San Fran -3.5.
Oh wait,
is it? It's 5.5.
Yeah. You said that earlier today. I know it.
I know. I'm trying to find it. What the fuck?
Here, I'll get
it. It's a 1
o'clock
game, right?
It's 6.5 now. I got.
No, it did not move in our 20 minutes.
Well, that's why it's not showing. I'm.
You get it at. You can have it at 6. It was 6 the whole day today. So
as long as it's less than 7, I'm taking it.
It's 5.5 on mine.
Yeah, we'll take 5.5. What do you want? You're on DraftKings, right?
Yeah.
All right, 5.5. That's our line.
5.5. 5.5. That's our sponsor. That's true.
Okay.
So 5.5.
Then I'm definitely on the Patriots there. So New England -5.5.
They can even miss a
San
point
Fran
there. Nice.
Right. San Fran -3.5. I think even with Garoppolo probably not even playing, that team is still well put together.
That's it.
4, I don't care.
Okay.
Whatever.
Wait, Garoppolo's not playing? Who's their backup?
Giants suck.
Mullins.
Nick Mullins.
But he's played before.
Giants suck. They have no Barkley.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mullins has looked decent. Mullins looked decent.
Yeah, Garoppolo might be the least impactful quarterback on a good team.
Mullins has been in Shanahan's offense for 3 years. He played 2 games or whatever last year, and he was 2-0 and looked really good in both games. Not really good, but was able to manage.
This is a perfect game for him to do that. Exactly that.
100%.
This is his first of 2. I like that.
And that's it. That's it for my card. So for my do or die, I'm gonna have to be
don't say it.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, wait for the do or dies. All right, so
Alina.
So my board.
How many picks did you steal? Go.
None. So I got the Bills -2. Is it 2.5?
2.
Okay, -2. San Fran -4. Atlanta -3. New England -5.5. Damn, I kind of want to take. Yeah, McCaffrey's out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chargers -6 or 6.5.
6.5.
Sherbert starting.
Sherbert, yeah, I like that. Cardinals -5 or 5.5, whatever it is. Seattle -5. And damn, I'm just gonna say these two, and I might end up editing one before I publish. But Packers +3 and 3.5, and then Baltimore -3 or 3.5, whichever one it is.
All right, so Nagy, you do your do or dies first.
All right, so this is huge for me.
Yeah, this is a big week for Nagy.
And so,
Nagy, this is a huge week in every podcast we have for you. Like,
I know
this is legit do or die for you.
It's literally.
Wait, what happens if he loses both? He can't do back-to-back burgers.
We're gonna have to film it on different nights or do it the different weeks.
Like Monday and Wednesday,
Thursday or something. Monday and Thursday,
or we can make you do it the next week. Like you do the challenge the next week, and then
for the people.
But if you lose both, you have to tweet at Sarah Spain for 14 straight days. Nice things.
All right.
5.
All right. So interesting. I did have 3 do or dies lined up, but I forgot that I could only
name the one that you would have had, but you can't.
That's what I'm gonna do. So the one I took off was the Rams +2. So originally I had
a bad pick too. That's a bad pick. Good takeoff there.
That was the riskiest one I had, but I did want a big weeks. But I put Rams +2 to 1 unit. I had it at 2 units. So my 2 do or dies. The first one, Packers +3.5 against the Saints.
Good.
Wow.
Good pick.
From a Bears fan, that's a crazy do or die, man.
That's how you know it's a good pick, because he hates them and he's taking them.
Bro, I mean, I just still – it's crazy. Like, this should be a pick-em. This should be a pick-em at the very worst for the Packers. Like,
I'm very surprised at that line too, and that's why.
And then my other one, unlike Brett, I'm going to tail his team and take the Chargers -6.5 against the Panthers.
Without McCaffrey. I like that. That's a dooski, though.
So both of mine are going to be 3-unit plays.
So what did you lose last weekend?
3.
So you'll be 9 burgers. So it'll be 9 burgers and 9 burgers for both. Okay.
Is 9 burgers in 1 hour feasible? Does anyone know?
You better drag the podcast on.
No, you can do. So it's.
I'm the host, so I can just eat slow and just make you guys keep talking and shit.
Well, so we got this game.
You're putting how much on it? 9 burgers?
No, he lost last week 3 burgers, and he has 2 this week for 3.
Oh.
So altogether it'd be 9 on do or die.
You combine them. Yeah. All right, so mine, I got 2 do or dies. I got the Falcons -3, and then I got the Steelers -4. I just think the Texans have looked so bad. They clearly miss Hopkins so badly. I also think the Steelers are not happy with how they played last weekend. They almost got beat by fucking Jeff Driscoll, and I think they're going to be pissed off about that, and their defense is going to play very well this week. So I got the Steelers -4 for 3 units, and I got the Falcons -3 for 3 units.
Boom.
Be fine.
Y'all took the Falcons.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
I say be fine. What? Say the name of the team you're taking, the first letter, because I think we're gonna have one, just so we know we're not stealing each other's.
I have 2 teams.
2. All right, just name both of them. 1, 2, 3. C.
Chargers.
You guys did not do that well.
Well, yeah.
I gave it away earlier.
Wait, do you have the Chargers too, Andrew?
You knew the answer.
Yeah, but another C team as well.
But
we have the Cardinals and the Chargers, right?
Okay.
Is that who you
the
have?
other team starts with a B.
Oh, I thought you just.
The other team starts with a B.
All right, go ahead. Fuck it.
I have 2 teams. Yeah, no. Obviously, I gave it away earlier. Sorry about that. I'm going with the Chargers, 6.5 or 6, whatever it is. I don't care. I'm gonna be a little biased. Like, Nagy took his Bears for the do or die week 1, so I'm gonna pull the bias card here. Feed me the Chargers. Justin Herbert in his debut against the Super Bowl champ was so historic that only 2 other names could match his performance with 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing. Otto Graham in 1954 and Cam Newton in 2011. Now that Herbert has a chance to prepare for a defense, not 20 seconds before kickoff, his coach is saying, all right, we're going to prepare you for the Carolina Panthers defense. He's going to eat them up. No McCaffrey. We got a good defense. I like us to win by at least a touchdown. And the other team, oh, by the way, I'm putting 3 units on the Chargers. I'm putting 2 units on Tampa Bay. Denver, Jeff Driscoll, Cortland Sutton just tore his ACL. Von Miller's been out. I don't need to get into, Denver. I think Tampa Bay wins by at least a touchdown. Fair? I'll put a couple units on that as well.
Yeah, I like that pick, actually, with the Broncos. The Tampa Bay being able to prepare for Jeff Driscoll, I think, is going to be – they're not going to –
Yeah.
I think he's going to be fine.
But the only reason he even kept that game close for me was because – the surprise effect. He comes in and you don't even know what he's about, and he turns the game around. So
some analyst was talking about it. He said they were saying the surprise effect, how well quarterbacks are able to play then the following week if they're just not a good quarterback are horrible. So
yeah,
I like that pick. Molina?
So I got the Cardinals and the Chargers in my do or dies. The Chargers starts first, and that one is at 4:05. The other one's at 4:25. So I'll put. I love the Chargers here, so I'm going to put 5 units on that one, and I think that could be the biggest blowout. And I think the Cardinals is a close second as the biggest blowout of this week.
So wait, is the Cardinals game in Arizona?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is it not more than a touchdown?
That's what I'm saying. So 5.5. I love that game even more. Boys, I'm going 7 units on it. I got 12.
God.
2 games at 4:00.
So all 3 of you have the Chargers as a
we have combined 11.
Oh man, I'm gonna get crucified if we fucking don't cover. Let alone lose to the Panthers.
But we're all gonna.
No, it's 1,000% your fault.
I think the Chargers are like 17 points.
Yeah, but we're all gonna get a bunch of.
It's Herbert time, baby.
We're all gonna get a bunch of shit if the fucking Bears beat the Falcons because all 3 of us took the Falcons other than Nagy.
Wait, you took the Bears +3?
No, he didn't take anything.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, don't do that.
But
let's just hope Herbert doesn't need a rib injection.
If his ribs are feeling fine before kickoff, we're good. Lock it in.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Absolutely.
Everyone say a prayer for Nagy. He's got a huge, stressful weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah, he does.
But, Nagy, you want to send us off with a little sentiment or something?
Again. I'm going to be shitting my pants all weekend. Mail, you can hit my P.O. box with some toilet paper.
So are we doing, does it have to be cheeseburgers? Can they just be –
They could be either hamburgers or cheeseburgers.
I'd get a cheeseburger plain. That's what I'd go with.
Yeah, but –
I'm not even thinking about what I'm going to get because I know I'm going to fucking win this week. So, fuck that.
You're going to cover. You're good. Good shit.
All right. Awesome. Thanks again, though. We'll see you guys next Wednesday and Thursday. More episodes. We'll get all these picks up on our Twitter. Remember, if you have any suggestions for forfeits like I might have to do this week, feel free to hit up our Twitter page, DeGen Central, DM us any funny or torturous things that you want us to do. But thanks again for listening, and peace.
Good pick.